Going to get cooler as we go through the week. So Ray Stajic wants to kind of shore things up for us.
We've got some colder air that's poised to settle on in, seeing a few clouds around as the push of colder air comes on in, as the numbers today are down by about 10 degrees from where we were yesterday. Mix of cloud and sun this morning, and mostly cloudy at times, and then mostly cloudy this afternoon. 45. Overnight tonight, a colder 21 on a northwest breeze. Clouds early, clear late. Sunny tomorrow, only 40 degrees, and then we're going to quickly get back into the 50s, though, on Wednesday. Mostly sunny, 52. And then some rain coming Thursday, upper 40s. Colder by Friday, Groundhog Day. Plenty of sunshine. Highs will be in the middle 30s. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic, the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Ray. Waking up with a temperature reading of 31 degrees. Let me look at the current conditions. The barometer has dropped a little bit. We're down to 30.24. The winds are out of the southwest at a couple of miles an hour. We expect to see them pick up a little bit more. We've had over the weekend, let me see if I get this right now, we had 85 hundredths of an inch of rain on Saturday, and then another .07 on Sunday. So just under an inch for the weekend, about 92 hundredths for the weekend, and 31 degrees here at Studios WCLU this morning. Thanks for joining us on Monday, the 29th day of January. Let's go ahead and get the first check of local news this morning. Live from the newsroom, it's WCLU News Director Angela Briggs. Good morning, Angela.
Good morning, Henry. A Glasgow woman's facing a murder charge in connection with a fatal collision. The Barron County Sheriff's Office says alcohol is believed to be a factor in the accident that claimed the life of 24-year-old Shanda Shockley of Glasgow. Shockley was driving an '05 Chevy, was stopped at the red light, traveling southbound at the intersection of Veterans Outer Loop and Edmonton Road. 47-year-old Leanne Terry, also of Glasgow, was driving a 2013 Cadillac. She struck Shockley's vehicle in the rear, sending both vehicles through the intersection. Terry was transported by ambulance to the University of Louisville Hospital for treatment of non-life-threatening injuries. Shockley was transported to T.J. Sampson Hospital and was pronounced dead after arrival. Terry was arrested by Barron County Sheriff's Deputy Joseph Ford, lodged in the Barron County Detention Center on one count of DUI and one count of murder. Bail amount is set at $500,000. Over the next week, folks across the state will get a better sense of how some Kentuckians less fortunate are living. One January day each year, volunteers fan out for a point-in-time count of Kentuckians who are living on the streets, emergency shelters, and other temporary housing programs. Louisville's count was over the weekend, and the Coalition for the Homeless Executive Director Natalie Harris says they expect more than 300 people to brave the frigid weather and assist with the survey.
I hear a lot of people that say they got a lot out of it just being able to go out in the streets and see the conditions that some people live, and it kind of inspires them to want to do more as volunteers in the community. So we hope that's the case.
The counts are required by the federal government to help determine funding. Harris says it's a key part of making sure they're reaching the right people in their efforts. Lexington's count was last week as well. The remainder of the state will be surveyed on January the 31st. And the school shooting means Kentucky's gun laws are being discussed. Kentucky lawmakers say they're exploring their options. In response to a deadly school shooting in Kentucky, state lawmakers offering legislation that would allow more guns in public schools. 15-year-old students accused of shooting and killing two classmates at a Western Kentucky high school Tuesday, wounding more than a dozen more. On the same day, hours later, Republican Senator Steve West filed a bill that would let districts appoint armed marshals to patrol public schools. Similar bills have been filed in Florida, Indiana, Pennsylvania, and South Carolina, according to the Giffords Law Center, to prevent gun violence. Some Democrat lawmakers offered a different response in bills that would let local governments pass gun control measures that would make it illegal to recklessly store a gun so a child could have access. And the chief of staff of the Kentucky House Republican Caucus has resigned after fallout from a sexual harassment scandal involving 4 Republican lawmakers. The Herald Leader reports Ginger Willis resigned Friday. House Majority Leader Jonathan Shell confirmed that resignation, but offered no details. Willis was chief of staff under former House Speaker Jeff Hoover. Hoover stepped down as Speaker earlier this month after acknowledging he was one of 4 Republican lawmakers to sign a secret harassment settlement with a woman who once worked for the caucus. Wills was also named in the settlement, accused of creating a hostile work environment. Hoover says he plans to remain in the legislature. The Legislative Ethics Commission is investigating the settlement and plans to have a public hearing soon. Other lawmakers included in that settlement were Representative Jim DeCesare and Representative Michael Meredith. It's 6:12 a.m. on this manic Monday morning, a brisk 31 degrees.
This is an important.
Growth begins with an idea. At the People's Bank, that idea is to give you the banking service you deserve. We carry out that idea in everything we do. In fact, it's become our motto, working for you. As that idea continues to grow, let us work for you at our new location, 1300 West Main Street, opening this summer. Let us be the place where your ideas begin, where you get the banking you deserve. Come grow with us. The People's Bank, working for you.
Member FDIC, equalizing lender.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because
In this week's call from the Capitol, I spoke with Representative Steve Riley about an amendment that will appear on the ballot this fall, as well as House Bill 242, the one that proposes consolidating all the schools in Kentucky to just 55 districts. Angela Briggs here with WCLU, speaking with State Representative Steve Riley in this week's call from the Capitol. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing great, Angela. How are you doing this morning?
Doing great. Now, you are on your way back from Frankfurt. How was this past week? Was it busy?
Hey, it was fairly busy. A lot of work on the budget, obviously. Not as many on bills. We passed a few bills. We passed to put Marcy's Law on the ballot, so the citizens of Kentucky would be able to vote on that. And that bill basically gives victims rights in criminal cases. Oftentimes, we obviously know that criminals have rights, but victims and their families oftentimes are not given information that we feel like would be in their best interest. And so that's going to go on the ballot for the citizens to vote on it in November.
Now, Shana, as far as the funding mechanism, because this will mean more work on the justice system, is that something that voters should take into consideration when they decide where they're going to stand on that?
I think they need to take everything into consideration. I think that's what you have to do when you vote on bills. I think when you're voting on something that's going to be a constitutional amendment, I think that you need to become informed, and there will be a lot of information, I think, that will be coming out before that vote in November, and I think people need to be well informed. So we'll hear a lot as we get closer to the election.
And basically, what this would mean is say that I was the victim of some type of violent crime. If that individual was let out of prison or escaped from prison, they would notify me. I would know when the court dates were and things like that.
That's correct. It's designed. Imagine if you're a victim of a crime, maybe you've been assaulted or whatever, that criminal is released, and all of a sudden you go to Walmart one day, and there he is in the parking lot.
Right.
You didn't even know he was released. So it's designed to give victims and their families information that they need for their own good and their own protection.
All right, now let's talk a little bit about two bills that I've heard some people talk about. It's House Bill 242 and 243, which 242, I believe, would basically consolidate all the school districts into just, I think it's 55, and then 243 would do the same thing with counties.
Yeah, the first thing I want people to understand is there'll be 300 to 400 bills passed, filed, and there'll probably only be 70, 80, 100 passed. So most bills don't even get consideration. So I think everybody needs to understand that right off the bat. The second thing is that bill, I have no belief that it will be heard in committee, so it will probably not be voted on committee, much less go to the floor. I think most people would be against the forced consolidation of schools and the forced consolidation of counties, and I'm among those people that would be against those.
So, and a lot of times with something that would be this massive, there would be a lot, you'd hear a lot about it before it even made it to a bill or made it into the committee or a vote if it was something that the legislature wanted.
That's right. That's correct. And to be honest with you, those bills came out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if our leadership expected them. I know a lot of the members didn't have a clue because I've gotten a lot of phone calls, texts, emails the last day or two about those, and I just want to try to reassure everybody that's concerned about those bills that those bills are not going to be heard. They're just not.
And basically, you could file a bill on anything you wanted.
You can, and I told somebody earlier that there's bills that I haven't heard some people say those bills were ridiculous or whatever, and you can find members from both parties that file bills that I would consider ridiculous. Much less the average citizen. So, right. I just don't. Those bills won't get a hearing. I'm 100% confident of that.
Be sure to tune in at 7 when I talk with Representative Riley about his upcoming telemed bill and where they're at on the pension and the budget discussions. Right now it's 6:19 a.m. on this manic Monday morning, 31 degrees.
At PBI Bank, we pride ourselves on providing great customer service with a hometown feel. We invite you to come in and meet our friendly staff who can help you apply for a mortgage, apply for an ag loan, open an account, or help with any other banking service. Trust PBI Bank to be your banking partner for personal or business accounts. Come visit or call us today. We are a Kentucky-based community bank serving the Commonwealth for more than a century. Stop in or visit online at pbibank.com to learn more about what we can offer you.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
To choose when you pay your electric bill, with EPB iPay, you can. iPay allows you to draft money into your electric account online or at our office. The myusage.com website lets you keep track of how much electricity you're using and let you know your current balance. When your account's getting low, you can get reminders to add more money to your electric account by text or email. With iPay, there's no due date, no late fees. Sign up for iPay at the EPB office at 100 Mallory Drive.
What?
From the Kentucky News Network, I'm Ed Huckleberry. A man is dead after an officer-involved shooting Sunday in Laurel County. The sheriff's office says one of its deputies was involved after the deputy and state police responded to a call about a man firing a gun outside a home. State Trooper Lloyd Cochran tells WKYT when they arrived on the scene, the man fired at them with one bullet hitting a patrol car.
Your alarm bells go off when you do respond to a call where officers are being told that someone does have a firearm, so you are a little more prepared, but you just never know what's going to happen.
Police have identified the man as 45-year-old Anthony McDaniel. Friends and relatives of the two 15-year-old students gunned down at Marshall County High School have mourned their deaths at separate funerals. The students, Bailey Nicole Holt and Preston Ryan Cope, were shot Tuesday at the school in Benton. Holt's service was held Sunday at an area church. Cope's was in the high school gym. A financially troubled water district in East Kentucky could collapse within 60 to 90 days unless there's an influx of cash.
The Lexington Herald-Leader reports that Kentucky's Public Service Commission held a hearing in Frankfort to consider the Martin County Water District's application for an emergency rates increase of nearly 50% for its 3,500 customers. John Horn, chairman of the Martin County Water Board, said that without additional revenue, the district will soon miss payroll. The water district shut off water to thousands of customers for days when an intake pump and service pipes froze during frigid weather earlier this month. For years, the district has lost more than half of the water it treats through leaky pipes and tanks. I'm Jaleesa Chapman.
The Kentucky Bourbon Trail says the number of visitors to the state's distilleries was up last year. The Kentucky Distillers Association says nearly 1.2 million people visited distilleries, up from just over 1 million the year before. I'm Ed Huckleberry.
This is the Kentucky News Network. As a child, I can...
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
Growth begins with an idea. At the People's Bank, that idea is to give you the banking service you deserve. We carry out that idea in everything we do. In fact, it's become our motto, working for you. As that idea continues to grow, let us work for you at our new location, 1300 West Main Street, opening this summer. Let us be the place where your ideas begin, where you get the banking you deserve. Come grow with us. The People's Bank, working for you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hello.
That'll be
Multitude of custom options. South Central Kentucky Monuments has the ability to offer you exactly what you want or help steer you in the right direction based on your preferences. Let my friends David, Jerry, and Adam Jesse provide the service and craftsmanship you deserve. To learn more, visit southcentralkymonuments.com.
31 degrees, 624 at WCLU. We're looking for a high temperature today, right around 40, and then we're going to get cooler as we go through the work week. We'll check in with Ray Stage in just a few moments to get the full details on the forecast for today. In area funeral announcements at this hour, Shanda N. Shea Shockley, age 24, of Glasgow, died Friday, January the 26th. She was the daughter of Donovan Scott Shockley and Julie Marie Shepard Palmer. Besides her parents, she is survived by her paternal grandparents, Donald and Mary Shockley and Florine Shockley, maternal grandparents, John and Rita Shepard, one brother, Colby Palmer, three sisters, Brittany Palmer, Sierra Shockley, and Samantha Hildebrand, two uncles, Matthew Shepard, and Tony Shockley, several step-aunts and uncles, cousins, great-aunts and uncles, and a host of family and friends. She was preceded in death by her paternal great-grandmother, Mary Ann DeVore. Funeral services for Shanda N. Shea Shockley will be at 11 o'clock on Wednesday morning at the Hatcher and Sadler Funeral Home, with burial to be in the Pleasant Hill Cemetery at Randolph. Visitation begins Tuesday afternoon at 4 p.m. at the Hatcher and Sadler Funeral Home. Ronald Wayne Earls, age 76, of Glasgow, died Saturday at University of Louisville Hospital. The Shelbyville, Tennessee native was the son of the late Alton and Vera Hitson Earls. Wayne was a driver for UPS for 25 years and was a veteran serving in the U.S. Marine Corps. He's also a member of the Beech Grove Baptist Church. He loved fishing, woodworking, and furniture building, and he loved to show and tell about the diverse types of trees in his yard when visitors came to his home. He is survived by his wife, Kathy Curd Earls, 5 sons, David Earls and wife Rhonda of Elizabethtown, Bo Earls of Bowling Green, Quince Earls and wife Lisa of Bedford, Indiana, and Chris Earls of Glasgow and Brent Earls of Louisville. 5 grandchildren, Deanne Carwile and husband Charles of Bowling Green, Mason Earls and wife Samantha of Springfield, Tennessee, Sam Earls of Denton, Texas, Nicholas Earls of Clarksville, Tennessee, and Ashley Earls of Bedford, Indiana. 1 brother, Alton Earls and wife Betty of Greenwood, Indiana. Funeral services for Ronald Wayne Earls will be at 2 p.m. on Wednesday afternoon at A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. Burial will follow in the Glasgow Municipal Cemetery. Visitation begins at 4 p.m. on Tuesday afternoon. Wallace Mitchell Richardson was born March 12th of 1940 in Tompkinsville, Kentucky, was a beloved husband, father, grandfather, and great-grandfather. He died peacefully at his home yesterday at the age of 77. Mitchell is survived by his wife of 60 years, Isa Helen Head Richardson. 4 children, Bill Richardson and wife Melinda, Penny Fairbrother and husband Mike, John Richardson and wife Faye, and Lisa Such. He loved all of his grandchildren, Trent, Jessica, Eric, Teresa, Mitchell, Alex, Justin, Bo, Marcus, Jacob, Connor, Taylor, and Gavin. And his great-grandchildren, Elise, Rowan, Lily, Grace, Andrew, Wells, and Liam. His brother, Garland Richardson. He retired as a finance manager for Tutwiler Cadillac in Indianapolis. He enjoyed family, retirement, good food, doing genealogy, and watching the American Pickers, and being with the love of his life, his wife, Isa. Funeral services for Wallace Mitchell Richardson will be at 1 o'clock on Tuesday afternoon at the Strode Funeral Home in Tompkinsville. Burial to follow in the Monroe County Memorial Lawn. Visitation begins at 4 p.m. at the Strode Funeral Home and continues Tuesday after 7:30 until time for service. Anna Nall Aubrey, age 70, of Mammoth Cave, departed this life on Saturday, January the 27th, at Vanderbilt Hospital in Nashville. The Louisville native was born October 21st of 1947. Anna was a homemaker and a member of the Brownsville Missionary Baptist Church. Besides her husband, she is survived by a brother, Johnny Wayne Nall, and wife Kimberly of Mammoth Cave, two sisters, Shirley Lee Keith and husband Jimmy of Louisville, and Mary Cundiff and husband Wayne of Elizabethtown, one brother-in-law, Ronnie Aubrey, four sisters-in-law, Zelma Carroll, Linda Vincent, Sandra Arnett, and Wilma Judd. Funeral services for Anna Nall Aubrey will be at 10 o'clock on Tuesday morning at the Patton Funeral Home's Brownsville Chapel. Interment is to be in the Evergreen Cemetery in Louisville. Visitation will be from 5 until 8 today and from 9 until time for service tomorrow. Memorial contributions may be made to the St. Joseph's Orphanage at 2823 Frankfort Avenue in Louisville. Services for Patricia Gale Poteet, age 69, of Bowling Green, will be at 12 noon Tuesday at the Hardy & Son Bowling Green Chapel. Burial in the Bowling Springs Cemetery. Visitation begins today at 3 p.m. Services for Sherman Thomas Jaggers, age 81, of Cave City, will be at 2 o'clock today at the Hatcher and Sadler Funeral Home. Burial will be in the Lighthouse Community Cemetery at Horse Cave. Services for Kathy Johnson, age 60, of Brownsville, will be today at 2 o'clock at the Patton Funeral Home's Brownsville Chapel. Interment is to be in the Oak Hill Cemetery. Memorial services for Edith Jo Denham, age 57, of Bowling Green, will be at 1 o'clock today at the Faith United Methodist Church. Arrangements by Hardy & Son Funeral Home, Bowling Green Chapel. Donations may be made to the American Cancer Society of Bowling Green. Obituary information is available 24 hours a day at WCLUradio.com. No login is necessary.
Okay, Mom. The gutters are clean and I fixed...
Hello.
That'll be $349.07. Sir, I can't take that, and that's only about $120 anyway.
But the Magic Man pays 3 times face value at Glasgow Coin and Jewelry. Watch this.
We can make that happen.
Top dollar guaranteed.
Not to be confused with Magic Mike.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather around your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
Who will be the future face of Pettigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley.
And I'm Daniel Bird.
And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
At PBI Bank, we pride ourselves on providing great customer service with a hometown feel. We invite you to come in and meet our friendly staff who can help you apply for a mortgage, apply for an ag loan, open an account, or help with any other banking service. Trust PBI Bank to be your banking partner for personal or business accounts. Come visit or call us today. We are a Kentucky-based community bank serving the Commonwealth for more than a century. Stop in or visit online at pbibank.com to learn more about what we can offer you.
6:32, 30 degrees. Let's turn to local sports. On tonight's local high school basketball schedule, Barron County's boys travel to Russellville. Greenwood's girls host Todd Central. In a girl-boy doubleheader, Hart County visits Butler County. Glasgow High School senior softball player Kylie Jackson signed her letter of intent to play softball this fall at Union College in Burkesville back on Friday. WCLU Sports Director Joe Myers talks with Kylie about this exciting news.
We're here with Kylie Jackson, who just signed to play softball at Union College. Kylie, tell me kind of the emotions of this day. What's it been like for you?
At first, I was really nervous. I will have to say that, but as the day went on, it just more excitement just kept filling me, and I just can't wait for the next journey. So,
why was Union the right place for you?
I just know as soon as I went in, me and the coach hit it off right off the bat, and I actually got to have practice with them, and the girls were just so welcoming, and they were real tight-knit, and I loved it there. It was just like home.
Have you all talked with the coach, or you and Murph or whatever, talked about kind of what skills you need to improve upon before you go to that next level?
Yes, we actually have. She told me that I just need to get a little bit more stronger and kind of hit the gym a little bit and just quick releases. So,
tell me about the years playing softball here. I know you still got your senior year to go, but just tell me about playing softball here at Glasgow, what it's been like for you.
I love it here at Glasgow. Coach Murphy and Coach A at one point, Coach Alexander, were great. They pushed me to my best ability and was always making sure I was 100% on the field. And I will have to say I love Glasgow sports. We're always tight-knit, and we're always supporting one another, and I loved it here. So,
what are you looking forward to most about your senior season coming up?
Oh, goodness, senior year. I would have to say what we're going to accomplish this year. I feel like a lot of people are going to underestimate us, but I feel like we have a lot of things to offer this year, so I can't wait.
Kylie has been a 2-year starter at Glasgow High School entering her senior season. In her career at Glasgow High School, she's had a .250 batting average, resulting in 5 doubles, 2 triples, 16 RBI, and a .900 fielding percentage. Among Kylie's honors in softball, she was named to the 2017 All-State Academic Team. Congratulations to Kylie. And that's a check of local sports.
If you find yourself in need of an attorney who specializes in family cases, you want someone who knows all the ins and outs of the case. Tracy Peppers has experience outside of her law practice that gives her an insight not all attorneys can match.
I have spent my career helping families in need as a social worker, CDW, and family advocate. Call me, Tracy Peppers, attorney at law, for all your family law needs at 270-651-7101 or stop by 222 West Washington Street here in Glasgow.
Do It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lessonberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lessonberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place.
Yes, and then we'll get into the rest of the work week with some cooler temperatures. We have staff meteorologist Ray Staging to kind of set the stage weather-wise today.
Running some chillier air in now. We'll briefly get milder again, then turn colder late week. Clouds, a clear sky this morning. Looks like quite a bit overcast at times, though. And we'll go on through the day with more clouds later, 45. Tonight, a colder 21. The sky will clear late. Sunshine on Tuesday, near 40 degrees. It's 8 below average. But milder again on Wednesday. Mostly sunny, low 50s. Thursday, some rain possible, upper 40s, and then colder behind that system on Friday. Mostly sunny in the mid-30s. I'm meteorologist Ray Staging, the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
30 degrees, 637 from WCLU.
You may be a believer in God, but you may still have issues, and you may still struggle with prayer. A very common question that believers have is this: how can I pray more effectively How can I get the most out of my prayers? Well, let me begin by making just one suggestion for you. Be more transparent. Be open and honest. Don't hide anything. Don't hold anything back. Think about the way that you would communicate with a friend when something is really eating away at you, something's really bothering you, and you try to talk to your friend and hide it from them. Can you really keep it from them? Our God wants us to be open and honest and transparent with Him. He wants us to cast all our cares upon Him. This has been Bart for the South Green Street Church of Christ.
We got to talk about some birthdays today. We got them coming at us left and right, and I want to check out the birthday situation for today. This is the birthday report here this morning, brought to you by the folks who make birthdays fun. You know, you got a big birthday coming up in your family. Well, let's just take the whole family and all the friends, too, to Ralphie's Fun Center.
You have 1 hour. That's it. You and your group must escape. Find clues.
BR Tire. We're always on call, and we answer the call. We know that's what keeps our loyal customers coming back season after season, year after year. With so many vying for your business, improving our service is not just a good practice, it's a necessity. From our easy-to-navigate website to our easy-to-deal-with service department, we work hard to make it easy for you to choose us. No one keeps you rolling like BR Tire. On Lovers Lane and Bowling.
Down, I've written them actually neatly, but I'll ask Angela to rule on that in a moment. We've got the 21st birthday today of Drew Benningfield. Happy number 21 to Mr. Drew Benningfield. Number 76 for Nancy Cornwell today. It is Chelsea Parrish for the birthday. Mr. Jody McCandless is 43, looks like, over here. We've got Barbara Webb Heron. That's right, Barbara Webb Heron has a birthday. Mr. J.B. Neal, good fellow with a big birthday today. We've got a grandpa and a great-granddaughter celebrating together today. It's Kenneth Compton and Kenneth's great-granddaughter, Malin Compton, share birthdays today. How special is that? We also have a set of twin sisters. It's Dolores Amos and Doris Martin. Dolores Amos and Doris Martin with birthdays together. We also have Tyler Moss. Tyler, here we go with your 20 gong. 20 gongs, not too bad, but, you know, we got to honor you there, Tyler. Tanner Joe Elmore is 16. Peggy Wooten is 35. We have Brian London and Ellen Deckard, all with birthdays today. We've got Stacy and Marcia Walker. Now, Stacy and Marcia are celebrating their silver wedding anniversary today. Happy number 25 for the Walkers. Rick and Gail Meek with a wedding anniversary today, too. And that's the way it is. 651-9149 or 800-956-1023. Online here at WCLUradio.com. We're ready to jot down the birthdays, pass along the glad tidings. And a big thank you to Ralphie's Fun Center for making it all come to pass at the Fun Center.
Who will be the future face of...
Yes, it's the archives. It's where we go back 100 years and look at some of the things that got us where we are. We do enjoy learning and sharing, and the South Central Kentucky Cultural Center is poised to present some really wonderful things here coming up. You know, in February we've got Black History Month. We've got some art shows coming up, so I want to keep you informed. But just know that there's something happening all the time at the South Central Kentucky Cultural Center. The program this morning brought to you by Joseph A. Wade, Industrial Hardware Services. Boy, they talk about the history of this community. They have helped to build a lot of stuff from the ground up around here, and they enjoy pointing out the history of this place. And, of course, Tony Hogan Health Clinic, helping to keep you healthy and enjoying seeing many, many patients. That's Tony Hogan Health Clinic.
15,000 inventory items. Custom break.
Lesenberry. Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lesenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley.
And I'm Daniel Bird.
And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pettigo Lesenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Lesenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lesenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lesenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Glasgow.
All right, let's get ready to take it down memory lane. We got a lot to learn about, a lot to explain.
I say we take this thing back 100 years.
Yes, it is. I was really hoping that yesterday was going to be the beginning of what would be a nice little unusually warm spot.
See, I knew better.
That's not going to work, is it?
That's how Mother Nature is this time of year. She's like,
that's right.
She makes you think about spring,
And
she just
then-
like dumps a foot of snow on you. Like,
That's right.
take
She
that.
says, "Hey, remember you're in the real world."
Yeah, and I don't want to hear all that. Like when it's pretty outside, people say, "Well, this week it's going to be a foot of snow." Zip
Yeah.
it, zip it.
And then we'll move on.
Let me enjoy this.
100 years ago, this was the news. A couple of interesting hang-ups in here from 1918, the story in the Glasgow Republican. Dr. G.M. Wells has located here for the practice of his profession. Some weeks ago, we announced his coming, but his wife was in the infirmary here under treatment, and business matters, in addition to his wife's health, interfered. Not the least of these reasons, the fact that the people of Summershade protested so earnestly for him to remain in Summershade. But now he is here with offices in the Richardson Building. He is worthy of confidence and can be trusted. Now that's a nice little logo, or I guess a little slogan there. Dr. G.M. Wells, he is worthy of confidence and can be trusted.
But that's like saying the sanitary bakery or whatever.
That's
That's
right.
what you want in a doctor.
That's right, but and you got to admire the fact that he was waiting for his wife to get well before he got distracted.
He probably knew better.
1918.
He didn't do that because he wanted to. He did
You
that.
think she had a stick under the bed, huh?
No, I just think he knew better.
1928. Listen to this. This is some big time money right here.
Okay.
This day in 1928, Barron County receives $1,200,000 for oil per year.
What?
$2 million for country produce, including wool, hides, and the like, added to the chickens, eggs, butter, and if we add cream, perhaps we are too low in our estimates. Much more would be received for oil, but the price is so low. The oil men are not pumping near all that they could, nor are they developing new fields. So there's an editorial saying, well, there's more money out there if we would just get busy and, drill some more wells. We'll drill down and get to the bottom of it.
There you go. Oh, where's my little rim shot?
1928. That was a big. You would hear that in the news and everything else in meetings. And we're going to drill down and see what's down there. And of course, the editorial of this this is the Glasgow Times. They were sort of, sending a little editorial out. Get on there and pump some more oil. We'll get some more money.
Well, when you talk about wells, you got to take into consideration it's a deep subject.
That's right, it is. There, I knew you were going to play that.
I love that rim shot.
Let's go to 1938. This today, interestingly, the first session of fiscal court for 1938 was held here on Monday.
What'd they do?
Magistrates to serve for the next 4 years were Marshall Bishop, S.M. Deering, T.M. Lowe, W.T. Brandstetter, and J.H. Bowles. The county judge was V.H. Jones. The county attorney was Brent Dickinson. The county clerk, Miss Bess Howard, and the county engineer, Clark Speck. That's a nice slate of folks running Barron County in 1938. You said, what do? They don't generally report what they did.
Right.
They said, so anyway, it's like
Oh,
this.
such an opportunity to say something smart.
You have to trust them, see. That's kind of like that doctor from Summershade.
You have to
can
trust
them. That's right.
Come on now.
The magistrates.
Okay. All of them?
Yeah.
Every time?
This day in that's right, you do. This day in 1948, we have news of Tech Sergeant 5th Class Marshall E. Bailey. He left last week for Camp Stoneman, Pittsburgh, California, after spending a month here with his family, the Ray Baileys. So that was 1948 there. News of area servicemen. Let me put a check mark on that so I'll know that I brought that up. All right, we have some interesting sports news here. You know, we don't always have sports in the local archives, but today we do. Stats reported by Tennessee Tech summarizing the midseason basketball activity reflects that Barron County's Kenny Sidwell, the former star of Caverna High School, retains his shooting eye and is leading teammates in the accuracy columns with a 41.3 percentage in field goals. That's accurate, all right. And an amazing 84% from the free throw line, having made 54 out of 64 attempts. He's averaged 15.1 points per game. His pappy, Coach Kenny Sidwell at Austin Tracy, has reason for pride with his son's performance. No question about that.
There you go.
A former Caverna Colonel now doing well down in Tennessee Tech.
Go Colonels.
Cookville. And running up some numbers there, too.
I'm saying.
This day in, let's see, what year is this? 1968. We have the celebration. Mayor and Mrs. E. Mannis celebrated their golden wedding anniversary on Sunday.
50 years.
At the First Baptist Church of Tompkinsville. So I'm presuming this mayor, Mannis, was the mayor maybe of Tompkinsville. But nonetheless, doesn't matter where he was the mayor, but he had his 50th wedding anniversary in 1968, and that's one to write home about for sure. Let's see here. We have 1978. I'm sure this was probably talked about some Friday night out at the Glasgow High School basketball game, talking about the state champions from '68. But this was in 1978. Former Glasgow basketball coach Jim Richards announces that he is going to resign as the head basketball coach at WKU at the end of this year. He had certainly had a stellar career, and it's best to go out on top, and that's what he did.
Head into the house.
1978. And also this day in 1978, the 29th day of January, reported another 6 inches of snow fell.
Yay.
So they're looking forward to that one. You know, again, this is the famous, you know, we've had our little stories about, you know, people, the roads were shut down and this and that, and people were out of school, but it just kind of continued there. But you can tell the newspaper writers, they were tired of writing about it, too.
Well, the next time we get snow, I want everybody that's associated with a grocery store to hear me right now.
Yeah.
Order extra potatoes.
Potatoes?
This last big snowstorm we had, there wasn't a potato one in Glasgow.
I just don't think of potatoes as being a staple.
Like those little bitty, like, you know, fancy, you know, $12 a bag potatoes. Yeah, they had tons of those.
Yeah.
But like here, you know, Idaho 10-pound bag.
Yeah.
Empty. All the shelves were empty. And milk and bread. Get something to go on the milk and bread.
So
that's crazy.
I'd say it is. You know, boy, you go to the store, you want to run out of potatoes.
Well, and I already had my mind made up. I wanted potato soup. You know?
Okay.
And then everywhere I went was like out of potatoes.
Yeah.
And then I talked to some guy in the produce section at Food Line.
Yeah.
And he, you know, went through. He'd been to every grocery store like around.
Yeah.
Like he was wanting them more than I was.
Well, but you know, the thing is, potatoes keep. So stock up.
Quit buying them all, people. Let me have a couple of them.
So there you go. When the next weather problem comes in, it'll be potato time.
Potato soup everybody time. To focus on potatoes instead of, you know, everything else.
This day in 1988, Angela, there was a big advertisement in the Glasgow Daily Times for Watson's and their midwinter craft sale. Central Center Shopping Center, 30% off of floral supplies, ribbons and trims, unpainted wood items, and instruction booklets. Now, you can tell it was the midwinter craft sale because there's not much there to get people to come in and flock in the store.
But if it's going to be a big snowstorm and you want something
That's right.
there you go.
That's right.
Get a piece of wood and paint it.
That's right, because they got it unpainted. And of course,
I don't understand that. It's like slabs of wood. You just like paint something on.
Well, I mean, it's like, I don't know, I think it's like little figurines and stuff, but you can customize them with whatever color you want.
You had to get the instruction booklet to find out what to do.
That's right. That's what it is. Say, what color should this be?
Wouldn't that be an evil trick to get somebody the wood and the paint but no instruction?
Yeah. Well, it just happens that way sometimes. All right, here we go. Monday, this day 10 years ago, actually it was 20 years ago, Richard Froge will see re-election to the office of Metcalfe County Judge, it was announced. And the Hart County Sheriff's Department this day in 1998 arrested 7 suspected street-level drug dealers after an early Friday morning roundup.
There we go.
So they were getting down to the dealers, trying to get that taken care of.
Yes.
And let's see, we've got some nice folks right here who this day in 10 years ago this day, Carl and Iola Lee Whitaker celebrated their 60th wedding anniversary.
That's a lot of years right there, 60.
That's right. A nice couple indeed. Carl and Iola Lee Whitaker, anniversary number 60. It is a gold. Well, let's see. 50 is golden, so I wonder what 60 is. I will call it platinum.
It's a whole lot of years.
That's right. And there's, it's just something to brag about for sure.
60 days in a row is a long time for me.
Which is why they, which is why they put it in the archives.
There you go.
You're shooting for, so you got to go for 100 days as opposed
in a
to
row, or like,
cumulatively.
So I can start putting some tally marks in.
Yeah, that's right. What is that song about? Well, I'm not going to talk about that.
Yeah, because I don't know.
That's right. There's notches in the belt loop or something.
No, not those kind of tally marks.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's like days in a row. I like somebody.
I couldn't tell.
See, y'all, it's not just me. It's Henry.
That's right. And
I also want to let people know real quick, tomorrow's the deadline if you want to file to run for office.
Okay, all right.
Go get yourself signed up, folks.
So there'll be, you can, don't miss that opportunity. Don't get the date wrong.
Yeah, and and if you're going to sign up, get yourself together and let's all act right from now to Election Day.
All right. We'll do more archiving tomorrow too on that day.
We can do it.
Come back and join us.
Let me ask you something.
Growth begins with an idea. At the People's Bank, that idea is to give you the banking service you deserve. We carry out that idea in everything we do. In fact, it's become our motto, working for you. As that idea continues to grow, let us work for you at our new location, 1300 West Main Street, opening this summer. Let us be the place where your ideas begin, where you get the banking you deserve. Come grow with us. The People's Bank, working for you.
Member FDIC. Lender.
Do you drop your change in the bottom of your purse? Did you know that loose change could help someone struggling to pay their electric bill? The Glasgow EPB has partnered with Community Relief for a new roundup program. By agreeing to have your EPB bill rounded to the next highest dollar, the change will be provided to Community Relief to help the less fortunate here in our community. Your spare pennies can make a huge difference for those struggling to pay for their vital electricity. If you're interested in the program, please call the Glasgow EPB at 651-8341.
TJ Regional Health offers a vast array of medical services in our community. The TJ Health Pavilion is home to over 35 family and specialty physicians, outpatient services center, the TJ Urgent Care, and the TJ Pavilion Pharmacy. The TJ Health Cave City Clinic is a walk-in medical care facility providing care 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Stop by and visit one of our locations today.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
That cares about you and our community, too.
My name's Roger Mercer. My wife and I, Terry, own Southern Kentucky Collision here in Glasgow. It's a collision repair center. We've been dealing with South Central Bank for probably 23, 24 years. They've always been good to us, our hometown bank. South Central Bank's been a really big part of our business as far as the growth. They've been there for us when we needed to borrow money to grow, and we appreciate that very much from South Central Bank.
South Central Bank, small enough to know you, big enough to help. Member FDIC.
We've got some colder air that's poised to settle on in, seeing a few clouds around as the push of colder air comes on in, as the numbers today are down by about 10 degrees from where we were yesterday. Mix of cloud and sun this morning, and mostly cloudy at times, and then mostly cloudy this afternoon. 45. Overnight tonight, a colder 21 on a northwest breeze. Clouds early, clear late. Sunny tomorrow, only 40 degrees, and then we're going to quickly get back into the 50s, though, on Wednesday. Mostly sunny, 52. And then some rain coming Thursday, upper 40s. Colder by Friday, Groundhog Day. Plenty of sunshine. Highs will be in the middle 30s. I'm meteorologist Ray Stidgick, the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
.657, we are at 30 degrees at WCLU. Over the weekend, we got a total of about 9,200 of an inch of rain, most of that coming on Saturday, 0.85 on Saturday. But then we had some on Sunday, about 7,100. So pretty damp out there. We're at 30 degrees now from WCLU. Down at Glasgow Building Supply, they have really been busy this winter season. As cold as it's been, they have really been selling the Eden Pure heaters, and now they've got something new for you to check out. It's the new kerosene heaters at Glasgow Building Supply, ranging in sizes from 10,000 BTU to 23,000 BTU. That's right. Got to keep warm. Got to have good sources of heat. And these kerosene heaters from Glasgow Building Supply certainly will help us get through to the end. And, of course, we got quite a ways to go. Glasgow Building Supply is ready to help you with whatever you need to button up real good for this winter, including those kerosene heaters. Come by and check out Jimmy and the staff today at Glasgow Building Supply, 31E Bypass. Let me tell you that today we are patting on the back by special request Mr. Kenneth Robertson. It's Kenneth Robertson Day on the radio. Now, Mr. Kenneth Robertson recently turned 70, and we had a request to pat him on the back in order to let him know that he's as good as gold, and we're going to do that today from his friends here at WCLU and A Little Taste of Texas. We're there looking forward to seeing you down there today. During the dinner hour. Well, first of all, when they have the noon get-together, which is always a fun thing, particularly on Mondays. And then, of course, they'll have something great as a special tonight. Just think Texas.
It means a lot when a business can say they've been in operation for
Hello. That'll be $349.07. Sir, I can't take that, and that's only about $120 anyway.
But the Magic Man pays 3 times face value at Glasgow Coin and Jewelry. Watch this.
We can make that happen.
Top dollar guaranteed.
Not to be confused with Magic Mike.
Who will be the future face of Pedigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley.
And I'm Daniel Bird.
And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Lessenberry.
Looked outside and didn't like what you see? Or am I the only one who sees the things we could be? If we would make more of an effort, then I think you'd agree that we could make the world a better place, a place that is free. Life is really what you make of it. You gotta give and take a bit. Someone's always up and someone's always in a pit. Someone has to.
It's that time of the year again, folks. The leaves are changing, holiday decorations are coming out, and that means only one thing. It's almost election time. Campaigns can be stressful. You've got to make it to every event, understand every issue, shake every hand, ask for every vote. You smile the entire time. Thank goodness you've got WCLU, your home for local.
I've been going around the world and I've been looking for...
The reason why, because they really enjoy having you come by out there and spend a little time with them and enjoy dinner at Long John's A&W. They particularly want you to be able to enjoy the new cod and shrimp basket, $5.99. It is absolutely, I'm going to tell you, it's absolutely, unbelievably delicious. Put your money where your mouth is. The Long John Silver Shrimp and Cod Basket is the best quality at the best price. For just $5.99, you get 4 shrimp, a thick, tasty piece of cod, fries, hush puppies, and a drink, $5.99. Saving money won't leave you hungry. Go to Long John Silver's and enjoy the Shrimp and Cod Basket, just $5.99.
At the family in Long John Silver's, eating their cod and shrimp baskets.
Come on by and enjoy Long John's today because they got good stuff out there each and every day, including that shrimp and cod basket. I did it again. I dropped my phone and hit a bunch of buttons here. Do you have that? Do you have that PowerPoint over there, Mark? Did it ever come? All right, because I was gonna. Is that a yes or a no? Okay, all right. Let me get over here and do this. I'll give Mark about 60 more seconds to get this all rolling. Last month's GM incentives at Bailey Gibson were so popular, they're bringing them back in January. Isn't that right, Terry Hagan?
Last month we called it big money. Well, we got some big money this month as well. We've got some 2017 Buick LaCrosses. Across the board, you're looking around $8,000 off in rebates and incentives. That's huge. It's good a car, good on gas mileage, it's sporty, but yet it's luxurious. Many different options you can get on that. Got to get them before they're gone. And we've got our 2017 Buick Envisions. That's a midsize SUV. All packages, you're looking at 18% off of the sticker. Almost 10 grand. Please come down to Bailey Gibson and let me show you these Buick LaCrosses, these Buick Envisions. Take them on the road, drive them, show them to somebody. I guarantee you'll love it. Don't miss out on this big money deal.
When they're gone, they're gone. Better hurry to Bailey Gibson Buick GMC, corner of Happy Valley Road and Lexington Drive in Glasgow. They'll do their part.
Whatever we need to do to make the customer happy.
All right, now I'm going to ask the trivia question today and see who's going to win that Fish and More. And we haven't done a question like this in a while. We've done them several times over the years, but we haven't had a collective term question for a while. So the question is, what is the collective term for bats? You know, the mammals that fly around? There's a collective term. What do you call a group of bats? You know, we have, I guess, a flock of sheep, you know, flock of seagulls, whatever, but what do we have when we have a group of bats? What is the collective term for a bunch of bats? Trivia.
Is it a trove?
Not a trove. Trivia.
Covey?
Not a covey. That's a good thought, though, because you think about, you know, quail and all that. Trivia.
A colony?
Not a colony of bats. 651-9149 or 800-956-1023. So you got a great big bunch of bats. So what do you call that great big bunch of bats? Trivia.
Cloud.
That's it. Who's it speaking?
Larry Davidson.
Larry, what are you doing?
Well, I'm sitting here listening to you.
Well, so this is the first time you've won since you retired.
Yeah, it's been a while, Henry.
Yeah, well, what do you know about bats, Larry?
Not very much. Come out at night, so.
That's right. So you don't see them because you're a daytime sort of a guy, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of they're fascinating animals if you've ever had a chance to see pictures of them or look at them up close. But when they all travel together, they travel in a cloud of bats.
Yep, that's right.
And you just got to be careful when you're out around the bat. You know, the bats they can turn on you, I think.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. Okay, I'm writing Larry Davidson down here in the winners column, and you come by and get the coupon and go out and get a Fish and More, okay?
Okay, thank you, Henry.
See you, Larry. Bye-bye. Larry Davidson, that's right. Cloud. It's a cloud of bats. You see a great big bunch of bats over there? It's a cloud of them. And we'll play tomorrow. Never know when we're going to stumble across something that you will know right off the tip of your tongue. Thanks to Long John's A&W.
CBS News Update. President Trump is getting ready to mark 1 year in the Oval Office with his first State of the Union address tomorrow night. CBS's Earl Barnett at the White House on what he's likely to cover.
We expect him to tout the economic gains from his first year in office and brag about his landmark tax reform bill. The commander-in-chief could also reach out to Democrats in a pitch for massive bipartisan infrastructure spending, estimated to require $1.7 trillion.
More on the tone of the speech from CBS's Tom Foti.
As he prepares to give his Tuesday address, Mr. Trump does so with the lowest first-year approval of any president in the history of polling. His aides say he will make an effort to reach beyond his core of supporters, including a case that all groups of people have benefited during his watch.
The New York Times is marking the past year with 2 pages of tweets Mr. Trump has used to insult people since he was elected, among them Hillary Clinton, James Comey, and the mainstream media. CBS News Update. I'm Deborah Rod.
I'm Jared Persley. And I'm Daniel Bird. As recent history...
Lesenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lesenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lesenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local, family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Growth begins with an idea. At the People's Bank, that idea is to give you the banking service you deserve. We carry out that idea in everything we do. In fact, it's become our motto, working for you. As that idea continues to grow, let us work for you at our new location, 1300 West Main Street, opening this summer. Let us be the place where your ideas begin, where you get the banking you deserve. Come grow with us. The People's Bank, working for you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hello.
That'll be $349.07. Sir, I can't take that, and that's only about $120 anyway.
But the Magic Man pays 3 times face value at Glasgow Coin and Jewelry. Watch this.
We can make that happen.
Top dollar guaranteed.
Not to be confused with Magic Mike.
WCLU FM Unfordville, W253BN Glasgow. Services of Royce Radio Incorporated.
30 degrees at 9 minutes after 7 o'clock here from WCLU. Looks like we're going to be turning cooler as we get toward week's ends. We'll check in with Ray Stasic here from the Weather Channel in a couple of moments. But now let's go to the newsroom. Our next check of local news, and News Director Angela Briggs. Good morning, Angela.
Good morning, Henry. A Glasgow woman is facing a murder charge in connection with a fatal collision. The Barron County Sheriff's Office says that alcohol is believed to be a factor in the accident that claimed the life of 24-year-old Shanda Shockley of Glasgow. Shockley was driving an 05 Chevrolet, was stopped at the intersection traveling southbound at Veterans Outer Loop and Edmonton Road. 47-year-old Leanne Terry, also of Glasgow, was driving a 2013 Cadillac, struck Shockley's vehicle in the rear, sending both vehicles through the intersection. Terry was transported by ambulance to the University of Louisville Hospital for treatment of non-life-threatening injuries. Shockley was transported to T.J. Sampson Hospital and was pronounced dead after arriving. Terry was arrested. The Barron County Sheriff's Office has... Terry was arrested by Barron County Sheriff's Deputy Joseph Ford, lodged in the Barron County Detention Center on 1 count of DUI and 1 count of murder. Bail amount was set at $500,000. Over the next week, folks across the state will get a better sense of how some Kentuckians less fortunate are living. One January day each year, volunteers fan out for a point-in-time count of Kentuckians who are living on the streets, in emergency shelters, and other temporary housing programs. Louisville's count was last week, and the Coalition for the Homeless Executive Director Natalie Harris says they expect more than 300 people to brave the frigid weather and assist with the survey.
I hear a lot of people that say they got a lot out of it just being able to go out in the streets and see the conditions that some people live, and it kind of inspires them to want to do more as volunteers in the community. So we hope that's the case.
The counts are required by the federal government to help determine funding. Harris says it's a key part of making sure they're reaching the right people in their efforts. Lexington's count was last week as well. The remainder of the state will be surveyed January 31st. And in response to a deadly school shooting in Kentucky, state lawmakers offering legislation to allow more guns in public schools. A 15-year-old student's accused of shooting and killing 2 classmates at a Western Kentucky high school Tuesday, wounding more than a dozen others. On the same day, hours later, Republican Senator Steve West filed a bill that would let districts appoint armed marshals to patrol public schools. Similar bills have been filed in Florida, Indiana, Pennsylvania, and South Carolina, according to the Giffords Law Center to prevent gun violence. Some Democratic lawmakers offered a different response in bills that would let local governments pass gun control measures and would make it illegal to recklessly store a gun so a child could have access. Right now it's 7:12 a.m. on this manic Monday morning, 30 degrees.
Betty.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather around your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
TJ Regional Health offers a vast array of medical services in our community. The TJ Health Pavilion is home to over 35 family and specialty physicians, outpatient services center, the TJ Urgent Care, and the TJ Pavilion Pharmacy. The TJ Health Cave City Clinic is a walk-in medical care facility providing care 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Stop by and visit one of our locations today.
Growth begins with an idea. At the People's Bank, that idea is to give you the banking service you deserve.
Glasgow is now home.
Services. We're excited to open this new location for CPS in Glasgow. Come by and see us and what we have to offer.
Crop Production Services, corner of West Main and Reynolds Road, Glasgow.
Temperatures may be dropping outside, but it's never too soon to start thinking about spring. The Barron County Farm, Home, and Garden Expo, being held April 27th and 28th at the National Guard Armory, will give you an opportunity to showcase your farm, home, or garden-related business to the public. This event is a kickoff to spring and all the activities that go along with it. From spring planning to cooking demonstrations to gardening, remodeling, they'll even have an exhibit or vendor that puts you in a spring mood. The Farm, Home, and Garden Expo is proud to host any business.
A vast array of medical services in our community. The TJ Health Pavilion is home to over 35 family and specialty physicians, outpatient services center, the TJ Urgent Care, and the TJ Pavilion Pharmacy. The TJ Health Cave City Clinic is a walk-in medical care facility providing care 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Stop by and visit one of our locations today.
At facebook.com/Barron County.
In more local news, in this week's call from the Capitol during the 6 a.m. hour, I spoke with Representative Steve Riley about an amendment that will appear on the ballot this fall, as well as House Bill 242, the one that proposed consolidating school districts. That conversation continues now in the second part of Call from the Capitol. Okay, now let's talk a little bit about your telemed bill. Where are we at on that?
We're going to file that bill early next week. Senator Alvarado from the Senate side and I are working on the same bill. And he filed his, I think, today, and I will be filing that bill probably Monday, no later than Tuesday.
Now, are those identical bills?
They're going to be identical bills, yes.
So now, does it make a difference when does it make a difference when a bill's filed in both chambers like that?
No, I think basically we're filing them in both chambers to see which chamber it'll move the fastest. And we're going to see if it moves faster in the House or if it moves faster in the Senate. that's basically why we filed the same bill in both houses.
Do you see much opposition to your bill?
I have not heard a lot yet, by any means. I think many people like the idea, the concept. We have to talk with insurance companies in advance, just to make sure that we got with them, because basically, this bill is going to involve people being able to have an online visit with their personal physician and other people in the medical field, and those people will be able to be reimbursed. And so because of that, insurance companies want to know the details and all those types of things.
Mm-hmm. And I know that speaking of the online, we've there was a bill filed recently. Maybe it's just a push in Frankfort to maybe do away with the I Learn at Home days. Do you see that bill going anywhere this session?
I think the Senate has passed it. So now it obviously will go to the House. The House has to decide if they're going to hear it in committee and then see where we go from there. I want to read the bill a little bit more myself. I understand why school systems want to have the I Learn Day. The concern oftentimes is that you lose momentum when you're out for snow, and then also, and the people who probably have been in schools for years won't understand this. Getting students to concentrate and to have really good a good academic situation when the weather gets warm and the days get long, like late May, especially June, it becomes increasingly difficult. So you're trying to balance, are they going to learn more on I Learn days, or are they going to learn more on those days that are late in the school year and early in the summer?
Mm-hmm. So basically it's trying to find that balance.
Yeah, the balance is tough. And I know the original bill was supposed to go through 2020 or 2021, and I know the concern of the bill is are the schools sending enough rigorous work home with the students, and if so, are students completing that work while they're at home? So I think that's a lot of the concern from the filers of the bill, and so you're trying to figure out to some degree, are you balancing which way are you going to learn more than the other way?
Right. Are there any other bills that you see coming that we should be worried about here, or not worried about, we should be paying attention to here in Barron County, or anything on the budget? Are you guys making progress there?
Well, on the budget, it's going to be it's a very daunting task, and we're looking at of course, the governor's budget, which is the first step. I want to assure everybody that that's not the budget that's going to be completed.
Right. You got people across the state holding their hearts.
I know they are, and we are very aware of that, very cognizant of that. So we're looking at the budget very diligently. Obviously, that budget originally comes out of the House. So the House has to vote for it first before it ever goes to the Senate. So we're going to do our due diligence and look and see what parts of the governor's recommendations we like and what parts we feel like maybe need to be changed. So that's going to be very, very important. Also, another bill that Judge Hale and I have talked a lot about that's filed by Bart Rowland, and I'm a co-sponsor, basically deals with revenue that comes from TVA and allowing, instead of that revenue going into the general fund in Frankfort, allowing that bill to go to the states based on the percentages that funding is earned in the states. Because we have, we obviously, the Electric Plant Board is on TVA, and also a lot of people in the Austin area are on the TVA through the cooperative. I think they're all with Allen County. Now, the majority of people in the county are not on that. But basically, this revenue that is earned through this, and what we basically are looking to do is, instead of that money going to Frankfort, allowing the counties to receive that money to use as they wish. So that bill's been filed by Bart Rowland from Tompkinsville, from Monroe County, and we'll see where that goes, and hopefully we'll get that heard and bring some needed revenue to Barron County.
Right, and if folks have any questions for you, or they want to tell you where they stand or on a certain bill, they can always get a hold of you, steve.riley@lrc.ky.gov. That's
correct, or they can, and I don't have the number on me right now, but there's a number in Frankfort that they can reach me on.
502-564-8100.
Thank you, Angel. I appreciate that.
Thank you so much, Representative Riley, and we say
Yeah, I hear from people every day, and it's good to hear from people on their concerns about the various issues, and we'll look forward to hearing from everybody.
In other words, they shouldn't just talk about it over coffee. They should talk with you, too.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely, because I want to hear it. And we did a survey, a random survey that we sent out a couple of 3 months ago, and I'm getting the results on that right now. And that survey was randomly selected from people that are registered to vote with both Republicans and Democrats, and probably independents, and also various ages. Because I've run into a lot of people. They said, "Well, I got your survey, and I don't know that survey because I didn't send them out to particular people.
Mm-hmm.
They did a random thing of looking and seeing who they sent those to. So it's interesting to get that data. I'm receiving that data right now, and I'm going to go over it because I really want to know what the citizens of Barron County think on various issues.
Well, all right. Thank you so much, Representative Riley. You enjoy your weekend, and we'll talk to you again next week.
Thanks for hearing back from you, Angela, and we'll talk to you next week.
All right. Thank you so much. For a complete take on local news, as well as a full list of all the events you won't want to miss, as always, you can log on to WCLUradio.com. With WCLU Local News, I'm Angela Briggs.
From the Kentucky News Network, I'm Ed Huckleberry. Friends and relatives of the two 15-year-old students gunned down at Marshall County High School have mourned their deaths in separate funerals.
Bailey Nicole Holt died Tuesday at Marshall County High School, along with Preston Cope, who was airlifted to a national hospital where he was pronounced dead. Holt's funeral was held Sunday at an area church, Twin Lakes Worship Center. Cope's funeral held at the Marshall County High School gym. The teens were in kindergarten together and grew up side by side in the tight-knit Marshall County community. A 15-year-old boy is being held on murder and assault charges in the shooting. Police say 14 students were wounded by gunfire, 7 others suffering other injuries when the boy opened fire before classes began. I'm Will Clark.
3 Laurel County Sheriff's deputies are on administrative leave following a deadly officer-involved shooting Sunday. Officers were called to a home south of London where a man was shooting a gun. When deputies arrived, the man fired at them. Then they returned fire, killing the man. People at the scene spoke with WKYT.
You never know when it may come home to be at your house.
It's real sad to hear something like that. You know, these officers, they got a job to do, and I'm sure they have to live with that. You know, that's horrible.
I want to remember them in prayer, and for the people that was involved, the one that got killed.
The man killed is identified as 45-year-old Anthony McDaniel. A Christian County man is behind bars this morning accused of threatening to blow up a donut shop. A Hopkinsville police report says Randy Roy was seemingly asleep and drunk outside the Whistle Stop Donut Shop Saturday. Roy was initially arrested for public intoxication, but then he threatened to return and blow up the donut shop and put the police officer in a body bag. I'm Ed Huckleberry.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Students and parents, are you interested in learning?
Growth begins with an idea. At the People's Bank, that idea is to give you the banking service you deserve. We carry out that idea in everything we do. In fact, it's become our motto, working for you. As that idea continues to grow, let us work for you at our new location, 1300 West Main Street, opening this summer. Let us be the place where your ideas begin, where you get the banking you deserve. Come grow with us. The People's Bank, working for you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one.
.726, 30 degrees. Let's turn to local sports on tonight's local high school basketball schedule. Barron County travels to Russellville for a boy contest. Greenwood's girls host Todd Central. And in a girl-boy doubleheader, Hart County visits Butler County. Glasgow High School senior softball player Kylie Jackson signed her letter of intent to play softball this fall at Union College in Barberville, Kentucky. WCLU Sports Director Joe Myers talks with Kylie about this wonderful accomplishment.
We're here with Kylie Jackson, who just signed to play softball at Union College. Kylie, tell me kind of the emotions of this day. What's it been like for you?
At first, I was really nervous. I will have to say that, but as the day went on, it just more excitement just kept filling me, and I just can't wait for the next journey. So.
Why was Union the right place for you?
I just know as soon as I went in, me and the coach hit it off right off the bat, and I actually got to have practice with them, and the girls were just so welcoming, and they were real tight-knit, and I loved it there. It was just like home.
Have you all talked with the coach, or you and Murph or whatever, talked about kind of what skills you need to improve upon before you go to that next level?
Yes, we actually have. She told me that I just need to get a little bit more stronger and kind of hit the gym a little bit and just quick releases. So,
tell me about the years playing softball here. I know you still got your senior year to go, but just tell me about playing softball here at Glasgow, what it's been like for you.
I love it here at Glasgow. Coach Murphy and Coach A at one point, Coach Alexander, were great. They pushed me to my best ability and was always making sure I was 100% on the field. And I will have to say I love Glasgow sports. We're always tight-knit, and we're always supporting one another, and I loved it here. So,
what are you looking forward to most about your senior season coming up?
Oh, goodness, senior year. I would have to say what we're going to accomplish this year. I feel like a lot of people are going to underestimate us, but I feel like we have a lot of things to offer this year, so I can't wait.
Among Kylie's honors in softball, she was named the 2017 All-State Academic Team. Congratulations to Kylie Jackson signing to play softball at Union College next year. And that's a check of local sports. Let's go ahead and look at local weather forecasts here as we prepare to be a little bit cooler this week.
We've got some colder air that's poised to settle on in, seeing a few clouds around as the push of colder air comes on in, as the numbers today are down by about 10 degrees from where we were yesterday. Mix of cloud and sun this morning, and mostly cloudy at times, and then mostly cloudy this afternoon. 45. Overnight tonight, a colder 21 on a northwest breeze. Clouds early, clear late. Sunny tomorrow, only 40 degrees, and then we're going to quickly get back into the 50s, though, on Wednesday. Mostly sunny, 52. And then some rain coming Thursday, upper 40s. Colder by Friday, Groundhog Day. Plenty of sunshine. Highs will be in the middle 30s. I'm meteorologist Ray Stidgick, the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Like a true meteorologist getting excited about Groundhog Day, Ray. Thanks a lot. 30 degrees at WCLU. Over the weekend, we got almost an inch of rain, 0.92 if we total up the Saturday and Sunday totals. Barometer still at 30.24, and we're at 84% humidity this morning. This weather update on WCLU brought to you by the good folks at Southern States.
It's a new year full of new beginnings.
I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
At PBI Bank, we pride ourselves on providing great customer service with a hometown feel. We invite you to come in and meet our friendly staff who can help you apply for a mortgage, apply for an ag loan, open an account, or help with any other banking service. Trust PBI Bank to be your banking partner for personal or business accounts. Come visit or call us today. We are a Kentucky-based community bank serving the Commonwealth for more than a century. Stop in or visit online at pbibank.com to learn more about what we can offer you.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
to choose when you pay your electric bill? With EPB iPay, you can. iPay allows you to draft money into your electric account online or at our office. The myusage.com website lets you keep track of how much electricity you're using and lets you know your current balance. When your account's getting low, you can get reminders to add more money to your electric account by text or email. With iPay, there's no due date, no late fees. Sign up for iPay at the EPB office at 100 Mallory Drive.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
Growth begins with an idea. At the People's Bank, that idea is to give you the banking service you deserve. We carry out that idea in everything we do. In fact, it's become our motto, working for you. As that idea continues to grow, let us work for you at our new location, 1300 West Main Street, opening this summer. Let us be the place where your ideas begin, where you get the banking you deserve. Come grow with us. The People's Bank, working for you.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hello.
That'll be $349.07. Sir, I can't take that.
Robertson Day here on the radio, and if you happen to see Kenneth Robertson around town, we'd be tickled if you'd pat him on the back and tell him he's good as gold from his friends here at WCLU and Little Taste of Texas. Now, Kenneth recently turned 70, and we want to be sure and make a note of that here as we pat him on the back and let him know he's good as gold. Let's go ahead and check out the birthdays today. Ralphie's Fun Center always has something fun going on out there. Have you tried this escape room yet?
You have 1 hour. That's it. You and your group must escape. Find clues, solve the puzzle, and escape the room on time. It's the coolest new attraction at Ralphie's Fun Center, Superhero Adventures Escape Room. And you get to be the superhero. Test your powers and have fun doing it. You can book your party for the Superhero Adventures Escape Room at Ralphie's Fun Center by going online to ralphiesfuncenter.com. That's ralphiesfuncenter.com or call 629-GAME. Will you be the next superhero?
Ralphie's is always looking forward to having you drop in and enjoy kind of hanging out up there at Ralphie's, and it's no different today at Ralphie's. Today we are celebrating with Orlando Albury. I hope I'm saying that right. Orlando Albury. Orlando, we understand, is 4 today. Congratulations. Aaron Armstrong with a birthday. It's number 21 for Drew Benningfield today. Nancy Cornwell is 76. Chelsea Parrish. Jody McCandless. I believe I saw that Jody, he is 43 today. Ms. Barbara Webb Heron. J.B. Neal. Malin Compton shares a birthday with her great-grandfather, Kenneth Compton. How about that? We've got twin sisters, Dolores Amos and Doris Martin. We've got the Big 20 for Tyler Moss today. Tanner Joe Elmore is 16. Peggy Wooten, 35. Brian London with a birthday. And we have Ellen Deckard celebrating, too, on this 29th day of January. There's anniversaries here for Rick and Gail Meek and for Stacy and Marsha Walker. The Walkers are celebrating their silver wedding anniversary today, number 25. You can't beat that. 651-9149. 800-956-1023. Online here, a simple click at WCLUradio.com.
Citizens First Mobile Banking makes your nearest branch as close as your mobile phone. It's easier than ever to access your accounts, check your balances, review transactions, and make transfers. You can even pay bills, and now you can deposit a check right from your smartphone, anytime, anywhere. If your phone is ever lost or stolen, your mobile banking tools are safely locked behind strong security. Just visit citizensfirstbank.com and learn how to take care of your accounts on the go. Mobile banking with Citizens First, wherever you are, whenever you need it.
Approval required for mobile deposit. Visit your Citizens First branch for details. Member FDIC.
A lot of fun coming up around here as things, and as we look forward to some of the things coming up. For example, the 19th annual Caverna Super Show. Now, if I have a little reverb in here, I can go Super Show. It's live UCW Pro Wrestling. It's the annual fundraiser for the Caverna High School boys basketball and baseball teams, to be held at Caverna Gym on Saturday, February the 10th at 7:30 p.m. Tickets may be purchased by any team member or at the school office during school hours. And we don't know if Cornelius Faulkner is going to be wrestling that night or not, but certainly we'll try to get that information for you. Either way, if you want tickets, call this number, 606-813-0235, and get your tickets to the 19th Annual Caverna Super Show UCW Pro Wrestling event. Now, we're still talking about February the 10th, but we're shifting from wrestling to Valentine's. Chocolate Around the World will be coming up Saturday, February the 10th, 9 a.m. till 3 p.m. at Mary Wood Weldon Memorial Library. Are you looking for a Valentine's treat? Taste chocolate from 3 countries for $1, or from 6 countries for $2. And you can purchase romance books and baked goods. And you can meet local children's author, Ms. Peggy Goodman. Autographed books will be available for purchase, and all the proceeds, of course, benefit the Mary Wood Weldon Memorial Library. But that's kind of a neat fundraiser there that's going to be going on. Let me give you one more February the 10th deal, all right? The annual Barron County Lincoln Day Dinner, sponsored by the Barron County Republican Party and the Barron County Republican Women's Club, February the 10th, 6 p.m. at the Cave City Convention Center. Tickets are $35 each. You can get them by calling 579-5458 or 670-9924, or the Barron County Clerk's Office at 270-651-5200. Tickets can be purchased in advance. So you can see, as we are budding here, as we are blossoming here a little bit, moving a little bit closer to spring, more and more stuff is starting to happen, and we are tickled to be in a position to get the good word out about the good events that are going to be coming up.
I'm Roxanne Cloyd, also known as the...
That's only about $120 anyway.
But the Magic Man pays 3 times face value at Glasgow Coin and Jewelry. Watch this.
We can make that happen.
Top dollar guaranteed.
Not to be confused with Magic Mike.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather around your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
Who will be the future face of Pedigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley.
And I'm Daniel Bird.
And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
At PBI Bank, we pride ourselves on providing great customer service with a home.
Team incentives at Bailey Gibson were so popular, they're bringing them back in January. Isn't that right, Terry Hagan?
Last month we called it big money. Well, we got some big money this month as well. We've got some 2017 Buick LaCrosses. Across the board, you're looking around $8,000 off in rebates and incentives. That's huge. It's good a car, good on gas mileage, it's sporty, but yet it's luxurious. Many different options you can get on. You've got to get them before they're gone. And we've got our 2017 Buick Envision.
And that means a lot to me. Lessenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lessenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local, family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can
Bailey
go
Gibson Buick GMC, corner of Happy Valley Road and Lexington Drive in Glasgow. They'll do their part.
whatever we need to do to make the customer happy.
Coming up, we got some tidbit news to share with you, so I want you to be sure and hang with us for that. See what's happening from around the world and up the street. Also, I want to remind you about FCA students from Barron County High School hosting a night of worship on Wednesday, February the 7th. They'll be there to share their Christian faith with fellow students at the inaugural event, Courts for Christ, at the Trojan Gym at 6:30 p.m. Students in church and youth groups typically meet on Wednesday nights, so hosting Courts for Christ on this night simply moves the location of the regular meetings to join in unity with other churches and campus ministries in their community. Wayne Dickens, campus director for WKU's FCA, will be speaking. Worship pastor Jensen Woody from River Point Church will be leading a worship team as they lead students in a time of praise.
Do you hear a squeak? Do you hear a clunk? Is your vehicle making noises it shouldn't be?
After season, year after year. With so many vying for your business, improving our service is not just a good practice, it's a necessity. From our easy-to-navigate website to our easy-to-deal-with service department, we work hard to make it easy for you to choose us. No one keeps you rolling like BR Tire on Lovers Lane in Bowling Green and West Main Street in Glasgow.
Who will be the future face of Pedigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley.
And I'm Daniel Bird.
And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Come on out to Colton's tonight because it's the WKU Coaches Show. And you know they're going to be broadcasting live from out at Colton's. And let's see, tonight going to be enjoying delicious dinner and going to be enjoying lots of good company, you know. And it's kind of a one-on-one thing. It's a really nice way to sit down and, you know, kind of get caught up on the perspective and hear the explanation of the way things are going and those kind of things. It's coming up tonight, the Coaches Show. I was looking for my time right here. I'm not 100% sure what time that show will be on the air, but let's just do this. Let's get on out there to Colton's and enjoy the show tonight. Actually, let's see here. It's from 6 until 8 p.m. There we go. 6 until 8 p.m. Rick Stansberry and Michelle Clark Hurd, the Topper coaches, will be out there at Colton's tonight. It'll be live. It'll be fun.
Are you looking for a new career or maybe just part-time work? Ahead Staffing in Glasgow and Bowling Green can help make that happen. They're now taking applications for immediate job openings in the manufacturing and food production industry with competitive pay and benefits. The job market is in high demand for new employees. So whether you're looking for a full-time or part-time job, go see Ahead Staffing in Glasgow or Bowling Green and get started on a path to your own fulfilling career. You must be able to pass a drug test and you will be subject to a background check. Call 270-904-3777 in Bowling Green or in Glasgow, call 270-361-5119 to learn more. Or you can always go to aheadstaffingbg.com. With so many opportunities available, see why Ahead Staffing is the place so many in Southern Kentucky have chosen to help find the right job for them. And don't forget to visit aheadstaffingbg.com.
From the north, south, east, west, NEWS, here's the latest news.
All right, from around the world and up the street, it's Tidbit News. There's been lots of activity around here. I can't tell who's come in the door and who's left. Who's here?
I am for sure here.
Okay, you're for sure. Okay. Well, I don't see Angela. I see a picture of Angela, though.
Well, I was contingent today. I made sure that at least both of us would be here, and if she was going to be up here, she'd have her company with her.
Yeah, and there's a picture of Mark Jones. Is that the same Mark Jones?
Well, that's the Ancient Aliens Mark Jones.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's right. And so I'm just there.
Yeah, so, you know, it's kind of hard to, you know, you don't want to make fun of the boss. You don't.
Well, Angela might, she might roll in here and.
Yeah, we'll include her.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, what we like to do here is talk about things from the archival standpoint. Not archives. This is not archives, is it? That's I'm just discombobulated here. We're going to start about this story out of Rhode Island because apparently they got a forward-thinking. We had the call from the Capitol with Steve Riley. But today in Rhode Island, they've got these lawmakers who are wanting to get goofy laws off of the books.
Yeah, we actually have a few of those here.
Yeah, we do. But this is Rhode Island trying to get rid of theirs.
Okay.
This is, let me give credit where credit is due.
Yeah, where they got it?
The House Majority Whip, John Edwards, up there in Rhode Island. Now, these are the laws he wants to get rid of. There's a law that restricts the amount of seaweed that the residents of Barrington can take from the public beach to use for fertilizer. And it forbids residents from other towns from taking seaweed. So, okay?
Leave our seaweed alone.
Leave ours alone. Don't you get caught taking our seaweed.
Yeah.
And if you live here even, there's only a limit of seaweed you can take.
So there's like a shortage of seaweed, apparently.
It's apparently so, or it's proprietary, I think.
Maybe. Yeah, that's probably what it is. Rich in fertilize.
That law has been on the books for 200 years.
Yeah, we got to get rid of that one. That's top priority today.
That's right. Here's a law that forbids being the second of either party in a duel where a mortal injury is inflicted. Which was a person who ensured the duel was carried out honorably. A separate statute bans dueling. But you see, I think this is...
It's a little confusing. Okay, so if you lose the duel, you broke the law.
No.
Okay.
But if you're the third party who comes to make sure the duel was fought fairly, you are breaking the law.
So you pretty much just say, all right, boys, turn your back to them and let them have it.
Sorry, I mean, and so like there's always one winner of a duel.
Yeah. Had a soccer coach that did that when I was a kid. They were two guys walking across the soccer field, and they were into it. And I don't think I was in 7th grade. They're just like wildcats. You just couldn't keep them apart. And, finally, coach just kind of, well, all right, boys, and turned around. And, well, I guess he would have been breaking the law up there, huh?
I guess.
Yeah.
He would have. There's a law also that they're trying to get rid of up in Rhode Island, a law that bans... or actually makes it illegal to race or to test the speed of a horse on a public highway. So if you're going to, air it out some private highway.
Old Seabiscuit to get a ticket.
Yeah, don't run it up there. Anyway, the current law calls for a fine of $20 and no more than 10 days in jail for racing or testing the speed of your horse on a public highway.
Got what do they call it? Excessive display of acceleration.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It sounds like a long word to me.
So, yeah, that wouldn't wash here in Kentucky, would it?
There's also a law that requires you to give a timely, audible signal if you're driving on the left-hand side of a vehicle.
To everyone or at all times?
Yeah, that's right. It says at all times. The original law from 1916 specified you got to sound a bell or a horn if you're coming around the left of a vehicle.
So if you've got like a mail truck or something, is that what you're saying?
That's what it's saying.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I got to get me a siren, I guess.
And also, the last one here that they're trying to get rid of is torpedo practice. This a law that prohibits anybody from interfering with torpedo practice off of Goat Island in Newport, Rhode Island. The U.S. Navy used to have a torpedo station there.
Used to hang out up at Goat Island, did they?
That's right. And then they, what's the danger of somebody interfering with?
They went up to Goat Island.
Torpedo practice.
They didn't want anybody interfering with their torpedo practice.
Can't practice with outsiders.
I don't know about them Navy guys
stealing seaweed. All right, that's enough of that for Tidbit News. Listen to this story. Are we getting paranoid here? I don't know.
It might be.
There will be no wine offered during Catholic masses in Buffalo, New York for a while. Nor will worshipers shake hands while wishing each other peace.
It'll be empty.
Fears over the spreading flu led Buffalo Bishop Richard Malone to issue several directives. He suspended the distribution of wine from a communal cup.
Smart.
And he is advising congregants to bow rather than shake hands.
I actually thought of that yesterday. We have a little part in our. I attended at Crossland yesterday.
Yeah.
And They have a party, raise them house lights up and turn around, shake your hands, and I thought to myself, that might not be so good right now. The epidemic level flu in Kentucky.
Well, the bishop over here says not.
Well, I did a few knuckle bumps.
Okay, all right, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. Of course, you're pretty much immune anyway.
I don't know if I'm immune or not. I think I've already had it though.
There are measures being taken by churches elsewhere, as well as health officials continuing to track over the ever-growing number of flu cases nationwide. Doesn't sound real exciting to me.
I heard the report. There's like 60 some odd deaths in Kentucky from.
Yeah,
man, that's amazing.
It really is. It'll get away from you.
Really?
How are y'all talking about death on a Monday morning?
Hey,
she's
Angela.
here.
Oh my goodness!
You see, we got a picture of her up there.
I've got a gift for you, Angela.
Oh yeah, this ought to be entertaining. What's the gift? Do you have the receipt?
I've got a special guest. If you check your monitor,
I don't think she can see that.
I think she can. She's got a monitor, does she?
I see myself in the monitor.
Oh, well,
yourself as in now or back then?
You got a special guest here today, who.
Hold up, I'm pulling up the Facebook feed, and I can already tell I'm gonna be talking real hard to you all once the live stream's over, and once people can't hear me.
Yeah.
Talking hard, she says.
Yes, talking real hard to death, as my friend Kessler would say.
Mm-hmm. Well, I thought since we were.
I look fancy in that picture.
I know you're all like important and stuff.
But that's not the gift.
No, the gift is your co-guest here.
Who's my co-guest?
Well, take a look. Oh yes, you know who it is.
I don't see it.
Well, I just put it up here a few seconds ago. If you're watching,
oh my gosh, that's Giorgio.
Oh, see,
I'm not saying it's aliens, but it's aliens.
Yeah.
Now you need Dave Childress.
Dave Childress. Was this another one of those whack jobs?
That's who I've been talking about. Where have you
I
been?
thought this is the guy that you.
I thought that's who you've been talking to, like
Yeah.
junior high girls. I've been talking to this guy.
I'm saying talking to is definitely different than going.
I mean, Henry gave me a hard time for knowing the weather lady on the Weather Channel. But I mean, this guy's he's a lot more obscure than that.
Yeah.
You're telling me that Giorgio's whatever his last name is obscure?
I mean, he's probably. I think he's more obscure than say like I don't know. We should have the viewers vote. Look down below. Okay, so like Stephanie Abrams. If you know who Stephanie Abrams is.
But Mark, here's what's up. I mean, people are just going to vote with me because they like my charming disposition.
I'm going to tell you. You could look on my page today. Actually, this morning I posted it. I think I'll post it right when we get off the show. I was out on the Weather Channel 2 years ago. This is my debut. And I was on there with Stephanie Abrams. We had the big snowstorm, a couple feet, and I was recording out in Donnelly's parking lot, and they put it on the Weather Channel.
I'm sorry, I was daydreaming about aliens. Do what?
Oh, too much.
Henry,
too much.
tell him.
Y'all are losing me in a hurry.
Well, it gets a little hot, and she's pointing to the west. It gets.
You certainly have watered down my last tidbit news story.
What is your last tidbit? Y'all talk about death. I had to come here and stop it.
State officials say there's no damage to a century-old statue of President Abraham Lincoln near the Idaho State House. Somebody dressed it up in a pizza costume.
What?
Oh, my.
Idaho Department of Administration spokeswoman Diane Bloom says that security officials noticed a giant pizza slice on the statue last Thursday.
Oh, my God.
They have a thing for messing up statues.
And they removed it. Ms. Bloom says a surveillance camera captured video of somebody climbing the statue and running away, but there's not enough detail for the facial features.
Henry, what would you get charged with?
Lincoln in 1863 signed the law that decreed the Idaho Territory.
Well, that and it's like you can't abuse it. It's a statue.
You're not supposed to mess with statues.
Maybe
well,
they
unless
love
you're
pizza
taking them
and
down,
Lincoln.
apparently. But
anyway.
But the Idaho, I believe this or not, Henry, I actually lived in Idaho.
Yeah, there he is. Call the Mitty resident. See if Walter's there.
Yeah,
I'm saying.
I lived in Idaho Falls. Yeah, so they would deface the statue. We went and stole the wasp from the other schools. They had a big statue of a hornet or something up there.
Yeah.
A wasp?
It was like a statue of a hornet up in the. Of course, we didn't call it a hornet. We had to degrade it and call it a wasp.
Yeah,
and it magically disappeared and reappeared.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Hey, I'm not saying it's aliens.
Well, they stole our night.
Y'all discuss that, all right?
All right.
And solve it. That's tidbit news.
A good day
for today.
If you're considering a flu shot immunization this year, you need to get it from the experts. Did you know there are numerous varieties of flu vaccines now available? And do you know which one is the best choice for you at this time in your life? At Van Healthcare, we have 4 varieties of vaccines. We have the new quadrivalent variety, the over 65 variety, and the preservative-free variety for those who might be allergic to an ingredient in some of the flu vaccines. When you don't have all the answers to what you need for the immunization against flu, trust someone who knows. Van Healthcare.
All right, we're going to say goodbye to our folks on the internet, on our live feed on Facebook Live. We're following their rules, so if you'll hit that button, and I'm going to head us up toward the news at 8 o'clock. We'll do it. A little music here. These folks tore up the Grammys last night. Everybody loved Zed and Alessia Cara.
Catch us tomorrow.
And we'll be back, and we'll look forward to having you come by and join us as well right here on WCLU.